Hi everybody, back again with rounds 4 and possibly 5 on this video. Before I start, I've made a huge error on the last video. I'm sure to get some, before I post this video, I'll probably get some comments on it. I did rectify it with one character. When I had the group of characters in this zone with the zombie, I moved them out without using a point, a movement point, to get past the zombie. Now I did that with Wanda, Ned, I think it was Josh, or Doug or Phil, and the other one was Amy. Now I rectified it with Wanda, but I didn't rectify it with the other three. So they got an extra search in when they shouldn't have done, and they got some decent weapons out of it. So what I'm going to do to rectify that is I've reshuffled the cards, just so I'm not cheating. Look, I'll just move them around a little bit more. Oh, everything's flying all over the place. I'll just move them around a bit so you can't see that I'm cheating. 3 spawning cards. What I'm going to do is, in these spawning areas, I'm going to do them now, just as a punishment. So it could be good, it could be bad. So we'll start with this top one again. Here's the top card. So I've got one walker. So over here, next card is another walker. So I've got another walker there. Down here, nothing. And over on this one is another walker. So that's just a bit of a punishment for making a mistake on the last video. Yes, it's increased the chances of these guys actually getting a lot further in the game or even winning it, but as I say, I've now got 3 extra walkers on the board to hopefully counteract that a little bit. But that was the big mistake that I made. So we'll move on to the next phase. So we're going to remove the noise counters, and we move this down because Ned is the first one to go. So I'll try not to make mistakes again. Now Ned has a fire axe, so he can open a doorway. Decisions. Are we going to go all out for it, or are we going to try and let these move round a bit more, and hopefully in the search get a bottle for the gasoline so we can make Molotov? And I can only say that I have not rigged these cards. I have shuffled them. I don't know what the next one is. Obviously I can't prove that without reshuffling them again. So what I'm going to do is, Ned is going to search for his first action. Well, actually he's got a free search, so he's going to use a free search, so he hasn't used any actions, but he's got water. Now that's no good. In certain scenarios, these are things you've got to find to survive, but unfortunately in this scenario it isn't, and all it's doing is hindering him a little bit by filling up one of his packs. So he's only got 2 spaces left, so that was no good for Ned. Remember, he's still got his 3 actions. So what I'm contemplating on doing is bringing 3 round this way and 3 round that way. So for his first action, he's going to move here because I don't want anything to spawn there. So he's just going to move there and stay there at the moment. It's probably a move I shouldn't have really made, but never mind. Okay, next one is Wanda. Now Wanda is also going to search. Let's hope she actually gets a weapon. And she's got a baseball bat. So that's pretty good. Wanda has now got something a little bit better, because she now only has to get a 3 to hit instead of a 6, but she did really well with her pan, so not too bad. She's going to stay where she is. it's going to be really a non-eventful move for the survivors. So next we've got Josh. He is also going to search. It's going to be a searching sort of round, I think. And he has a crowbar. So the crowbar that he swapped with Doug, he's just got another one. Doesn't really matter, but he can swap that with someone else if he wishes. And that is all he's going to do. So next we have Amy. Amy's going to come up with a girl, and she's going to search. So she's taken one action. This is a second action, and she's got plenty of ammo. Now this says, as long as this card is in your inventory, you may re-roll all ranged actions once with the pistols, evil twins or rifle. The new result takes the place of the previous one. So that means basically she re-roll everything. And she does have a ranged weapon. I've just got to double check this scope again, because I wouldn't have thought you could put a scope on a shotgun. No, it combines with a rifle, so I made a mistake there as well, but hey, it's part of the game, right? So let's just rearrange this a little bit more. So she hasn't actually got a scope. You can only use that with the rifle. So a little bit of a mess there. As you can see, she can actually re-roll with her shotgun, which is good. So that's another error that I made. The scope can only be used with the rifle. Okay, so that's Amy's go. We now have Doug with his newly got crowbar. He's going to stay in here, and he's going to use one action as a search. And he's got a bag of rice, so that is no good for Doug. No good whatsoever. Again, in a different scenario, that might be one of the items you would have had to have found, but that's no good. So this isn't looking good for the survivors in this round. And finally we have Phil. Here's Phil. He's going to move up and help the girls, and he is also going to search. And he has got a fire axe. Remember, Phil has 2 pistols now, so he won't really need the fire axe. Fire axe is a 4 or more to hit, same as the pistols, but with the pistols now he has 2 dice instead of 1. And so what he could do is, if somebody had a terrible weapon, which they haven't really, he can swap it. Probably swap that with Doug. So that is 2 actions. So his third action, he's going to swap the fire axe with Doug. And because when you trade, you can give this to something to the other guy, but he doesn't want nothing. You get the guy who's being traded with can freely move his backpack around. So he's moved the pan into the back, and he's now giving himself the axe, because the axe, although it's the same strength as the crowbar, it can actually kill a fatty. So there's 2 of them now. There's 3 of them actually, who can 4 of them now who can kill a fatty. So that's good. So they've just sort of strengthened themselves up a little bit. Don't forget, they've all created noise, so there'll be 3 noise counters in this room and 3 noise counters in this room. So because Doug is the last one, Phil was the last one to go, that is the end of the survivors. We now move on to the zombies. Now, because they can't see anybody, but the noise was coming from inside this building, because they heard it, they all have to move to the nearest noise. Now there's the same amount of noise there as it is there. So you've got 3 sets of noise. You've got 3 noise there and 3 noise there. Now it says in the rule book that the zombies have to split evenly and go to those noise points if they can't see anybody. So obviously they're going to come towards the door, and then they got this door down here. So you've got 2 zombies there, because they only go that way anyway, that's not a problem. That zombie up there is going to move automatically towards the noise, which is there. This zombie is also going to move to there. Now, because we've got 4 here, some are hearing that noise, some are getting this noise. So it's difficult to say whether you're going to split them for this, because it's all in the same area. But there's a doorway there and there's a doorway there. So you have to split them. Because there's 4, 2 have got to go there, and the other 2 have got to move down here. And then you've got this one just moves nearer to the noise. If there was 3 zombies there, you'd have had to have moved 2 that way, and you'd have to spawn another zombie in able to make up the 2 to come this way. That's the way the rule book says it. So that is it for movement. I believe that is right. Obviously leave comments if you think I'm wrong. This is only really about the 4th or 5th time I've played this game. So now we've got to spawn. So we start up there. 1 walker. Haven't got any runners coming up yet, which means there could be a few cards in a row coming up with runners. This one here. Oh dear, we have a fatty. Now with a fatty, as I said in the previous video, fatties are always spawned with 2 walkers. They always come with them. So that's not too good. This is payback for the mistake I made on the last go. We now do this spawn point, and it's 2 walkers. This isn't looking good for the survivors now. And over on this spawn point, we could do with nothing coming up here. It's 1 walker. So as you can see now, it's only been 4 goes into this game, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 walkers, 16 zombies on the board. 6 people. That's not looking good. They've got to take out probably about 3 each on their next go. That's not going to be easy. We don't have to worry too much about these guys at the moment, because they're still quite a way off, but they're all going to be coming down together. So what they need to do is to start coming out and getting rid of these, because they can actually see now, these zombies can now move in there. So that is the end of that phase. Not very good for the survivors. I think there could be a few dying off soon. So we now move on to the next one. So that moves down, and it's Wanda's go. Now Wanda has a baseball bat. She can't open a door with a baseball bat, so she can't really do a lot. But don't forget, her action is she can move 2 zones. So go to there would be 1 zone. I think it's going to have to be overkill here, so we're going to try it. That's 1 move. So she has 2 actions left. Now she's got a baseball bat, which is 1 dice, and she's got to get 3 or more. So this is her first attack. 4. 1 gone. We'll move up the track in a minute, because she's going to have her second go against this, and the baseball bat is silent, and she's got a 6. So she's got them both on her go, and she's got herself 2 more experience points. So she is now up to 4. So she's getting up the ladder a bit there, but she's taken them out, which is good stuff. Next thing is Josh. It's this guy here. Now he can't take out the abomination. They're just going to have to try and outrun him. So what Josh is going to do, because he's got a machete and a crowbar, the machete can take out a fatty, so we need to get him up here a bit. So what he's going to do, there's no point in he hasn't got a ranged weapon, so he can't take out this zombie unless he goes in hand to hand, but that would be suicidal because he knows that this guy will hit him. So he's going to search. Not very good at all. He's got water as well, so this is not good stuff. And Josh, and he can't search anymore, but he can move out. So what they're going to do is try and limit the damage to players. He's going to move out of there. Don't forget there will be some spawning here, so this isn't looking good. Next is Amy. Now Amy can't go through the doorway, she can't smash it open, and she has one free move. Is her skill. She's got a shotgun, but the shotgun cannot kill this guy, but it can do range. Now it's saying in the book that for ranged weapons you hit everything from the square you're on to the square you're aiming at, but I think in real life that wouldn't be right, because she would move to the front and just shoot out. So that is the rules that I incorporate for ranged weapons. So she's going to lose, she's going to take a free move to there. Her first real move is going there, so she's got 2 more actions, because don't forget she used her ability for a free move, then 1 move, so she's got 2 actions left, and she's going to shoot this guy. Now she's got 2 dice, and she's got to get 4 or more with 2 dice, and she's got 2 goes to do this in. She's failed on the first one, and that's created noise. She's now going second one, 6 and a 4, so she's done it. He's gone, it's created noise, and that's pushed her up to 2 now, so she's on 2. So we've only got 3 more guys to go. First up is Doug. Now can't take out the abomination, so why bother? So he's going for a search. We need a bottle. Oh, he's got a chainsaw. That's okay. That goes into the back of his pack. Now that's a good card to have because it's 5 dice. Now he's going to use his second action to rearrange his pack. He's going to put the crowbar in the back of his pack, and he's equipped himself with a chainsaw. Chainsaw is huge with dice value, so you've got 5 dice. It's only a melee weapon, and it can kill a fatty as well, but you need 5 or more to do damage. But with 5 dice you should get a hit. So he's used 1 action to search, 1 action to rearrange, so he's got 1 action left. They've decided they're not going to bother with this, so he's going to move down. Sorry, he's no, he's going to stay where he is. Stay in there. Next one is Phil, which is this guy here. He's going to search as well, and he's got a sawn-off shotgun. Now this is a ranged weapon, and it's also a dual weapon, and it is a lot more powerful than his pistols. So he's going to wait until he's got another one of those, or someone gets it, and then he might swap them over. So that was 1 action. Second action, he's moving down here, and he's going to go outside for his 3rd action. This is I'm planning on moving away from this guy and taking all these on if I can. And so finally we have Ned. Now Ned is going to search straight away, He's got absolutely nothing. Well, he's got water and rice, so at least he isn't going to die of thirst or hunger. That is going to be a free action move that he had, free search move. And he's also going to move out here, because the more you've got out there when the zombies attack, if you've got several people in one zone, you get to choose who takes the wounds, so you can evenly distribute the wounds out rather than killing off a character. So that will be it for the survivors. So it's now the zombies' turn. Now this isn't going good. The noise, there's more noise created around here now, so they're all going to come for this. So we'll do the ones nearest. He's moving in, but he can't attack because he's supposed to attack first and then move. So he couldn't, so he's moved. All these, obviously, this is getting really crowded now. There's going to be some hits coming in on the survivors. They really need a Molotov. Or two would be nice. I'm not sure. I think when you've thrown the Molotov, that's it, out of the game. It's finished. You've got to wait until you try and get another one. So you've got to be careful here. Obviously, we're going to have to use it for this guy, unless you decide, unless we decide to just try and run away from him and use the Molotov in there. But we can't use the Molotov at the moment because we haven't got a bottle. Okay, so now it's the spawning phase. Now we've had a lot of zero spawn cards come up, so this could be disastrous. One walker, that ain't bad. Here, nothing, so they were lucky that time. Here, nothing, so they're safe. Over here, it's another fatty. Oh dear. So, which means, if I can get him out of the box, we've now got two fatties on the board, and of course the fatties bring with them two walkers. So things are looking really bad now for the survivors. There's a rule that I haven't covered yet. If you draw out a spawn card and it's, say, for fatties, and you've got no more fatty characters in your box, but you've got fatties on the board, then those fatties have 2 goes instead of 1. That's one of the rules for when you run out of zombies. So the big thing now is that these guys cannot attack this one because they haven't got anything strong enough to take him down. So they're going to have to use an action to move out of this square. Well, use an action to bypass him, then a second action to move away. So I think what I'm going to do, I moved them here to create noise to draw the zombies this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the ranged weapon people shoot out at these to try and get what they can, and then they're all going to move in here because we created noise here, so the zombies are still going to move down this way because there's going to be more noise created on this slot. So they're going to go through this way and hopefully burst out through this door and take them out from behind. That is the plan. They need a really good round next to, well, probably not next round. Next round is going to be mainly running away, but it's the round after that when it's going to be really dodgy. So you can see it's starting to get a bit better now. a bit more exciting. Loads of different things to think about. So until the next video, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you've seen any mistakes, feel free to let me know.